A fashion statement of all time, made to warm Aussie feet on chilly mornings. UGG Boots kicked off as a style statement in the 90s. The fleecy footwear has adorned the feet of the uber-stylish Sarah Jessica Parker, as well as Pamela Anderson, J-Lo and Jennifer Aniston.
But now the simple Aussie UGG has undergone a transformation. Check it out.
Life is a game, I heard the homie say. When I came to win, so I'm not here to play. Have fun.
American NFL star Tom Brady features in a new TV advert to launch a new range of men's Uggs stateside, including slippers, trendy urban shoes and masculine outdoor boots. That's a far cry from the floppy, furry footwear we all used to wear on those cold winter nights. Is the Uggs new look un-Australian, or is it the logical next step? Joining us in the studio, marketing guru Matthew Bywater from Full Promote, and Shade Stedman, who registered the trademark for the original Ugg boot back in...
Long time ago.
Long time ago. Good morning, gentlemen. Matthew, you first. The Ugg, as we know it, has morphed into this sort of very new creature. I guess that's out to target a whole new generation of wearers, right? Or is it just the same generation growing up?
A bit of both, but there's another factor here, and that's about 10% of sales, or only 10% of sales, of the UGG boot brand go to males and also to children. So there's a whole demographic here that UGG boot, the brand, is missing out on. So this is part transformation and modernisation, but also too, they're trying to get a line extension into a new market.
I mean, that's what they need to do, isn't it, to ensure the longevity of it, to branch out, do all these other, you know, slippers, etc., etc.?
Yeah, so it's a logical extension of most brands. As you create a brand, you have a singular product, you make it big. Once it becomes well known, you then say, well, how can we grow that? And you actually come up with new products.
Shane, you invented the UGG boot. You sold the rights to the rights years ago.
To this company that's doing
To this company?
Yes.
What do you think of this new fandangled stuff?
Look, you know, when we started making Uggs, they were the ugliest thing in the world. And they had a purpose. That was to keep your feet warm after a surf. Now they have a greater purpose, which is to become a fashion item. And the only way to become a fashion item, and that's what the world seems to want these days, is to have people like Tom Brady. I mean, he's a great footballer. I did see somewhere a criticism that, they should have looked at Tom Brady's past. You know, he was photographed in a Man magazine cuddling a goat and wearing a pigtail. Well, so what? That's what blokes do.
So we all know that.
Yeah, of course we have. I mean, yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. And if ever he comes to Australia to give Manly a few hints, which we won't need in a couple of weeks, then, you know, I hope he brings his girlfriend.
Well, I was going to say, I thought when you said, you know, look into his past, he did leave his pregnant girlfriend for Giselle
Well,
Bündchen.
I didn't know
See,
that.
that's what I didn't know. That's what I didn't
not
wear.
buying UGG boots just because of that.
That's right. As long as he wears UGG boots.
Okay, Matthew, what about, say, a well-known Australian athlete? What could they do for the brand? Or do we need to, you know, take it overseas into those big name?
If it's in Australia, there's plenty of good Australian athletes. In the American, one of the reasons that there has been some criticism that they picked an American to promote what is typical an Australian brand.
Yeah.
But you've got to remember the American market's a lot different. They don't get our sense of humour. They don't get our style of play on things. There's probably only a handful of Australian actors that could have actually pulled that off, like Tom Brady does in the US.
Russell Crowe would have been great.
Hugh Jackman, but it'd have to be the sort of Wolverine Hugh Jackman, not the Broadway Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but they're not
going for that sort of alpha male.
They're actors. They're not sportsmen.
And Wolverine doesn't wear shoes, so that's a ridiculous idea.
And if you use an Australian, they've never heard of Mick Fanning over there. Most people, the blokes on the coast, they've never heard of Kelly Slater inland. So how are they going to use an Australian?
Yeah. Well, people inland of the US have heard a lot of things, but
Now, Shane, you've moved on. You've moved on to something else. This is...
we spoke about this last time, remember? And you've tried it and you've endorsed it. So
it hasn't come out of the board short pocket. It stays in there.
That's right. Well, actually, we have a cream and we have a stick. This stick is great. The girl in the green room is saying, what a good idea, you know, get it on your fingers, you know. Now, this is a beige stick, but we're actually working on the new Mick Fanning Clear. Now, this just goes on clear. The whole idea of this is that it doesn't stain your clothes if you're a snowboarder or something. You know, you put it on and you just rub it in.
Geez, you're good at this, mate.
See,
Seriously,
we
Matthew.
don't need anyone famous.
You can have that one.
As a marketing person, I'm going to give this product a free plug, which I'm not aligned with. This is the first packaging which is pocket friendly. When it sits in your pocket, it's flat. It's not round. It's a fantastic design and packaging.
It works well in board shorts. That's
Isn't that fabulous? We can go from a multi-billion-dollar takeover of the UGG industry universally to Shane's music.
This is where UGG Boots started out a long time ago.
That's a very good it's a very good point.
Who's your face of this?
Well, my son Luke Steadman's been involved from the go. Mick Fanning, Dusty Payne. All the guys on the tour use it. We can't mention their names because they're sponsored by other people, not sunscreen, but they all use Bertra because it's the best.
But if you want to get that, say, you know, on Malibu or something, who would you like to see using it in the States?
Oh, Charlie Sheen with Malibu.
Do you know what I mean?
I can't see anyone in the States. I mean, we've got Dusty Payne's from the States, Shane Dorian's from the States. They all wear it and are endorsed by it. Taylor Knox on the tour, he's from the States.
Well, mate, locally, just want to put an idea in your head. Locally, Kylie's face is for rent. If you need a face of this.
Any amount of money wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, sweetie. Thanks.
Yeah, he's smooth. Thanks, guys.